Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing some recent fragrance purchases with you. These are some Arabian fragrances that I had my eye on and I went ahead and picked them up. There are some likes here, some loves, and some fails. So if you're interested to see what I picked up and to hear my thoughts, then please keep watching. Hey friend, welcome back. I'm super excited and grateful that you're here, and I'm so grateful that our love of fragrances have connected us. Before we get started, I wanted to say hi and thank you to those of you who clicked on the thumbnail and may be new here. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle. So if any of those things pique your interest, then I would love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So the first fragrance in this haul is Barrakat Gentle Gold by Fragrance World. I have just done a video talking all about this fragrance and comparing it to the OG that it's supposed to be duping. So if you're interested, I will link that video here, but I wanted to bring it up really quickly because it is a recent purchase. So this is Barrakat Gentle Gold. It's supposed to be a dupe for Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. I think this is a really nice fragrance, but I don't think this is a one-to-one. I don't even think as of right now it's a strong dupe, but I do have high hopes for this, that it's going to continue to get better. And a lot of you shared with me in my last video that this brightened up. It also developed a sparkling quality, and those earthy notes like the juniper, berries, and the coriander do become more prominent the longer this has sat. So I think that this fragrance is very, very nice. When I smell it from the nozzle, I do get those earthy qualities. This is supposed to be like a woody vanilla with earthy aspects. And what I love about this vanilla is, especially in the OG, it's a very light and almost fresh feeling vanilla fragrance that has depth to it. So it's a complex vanilla in my opinion, because there are these seemingly contrasting qualities that come together and work beautifully. So it's not a vanilla that is too cloying. You can wear it in the summertime easily. So I have definitely come to appreciate the OG, and this one I think is a very nice dupe, but it's not like super duper close. But even now it's smelling so much better. So I have high hopes for this fragrance, that it's going to get closer and closer to the OG as time goes on. So this is Barrakat Gentle Gold by Fragrance World. So the next one I have here is by a brand called Emper, and this is called Lux Verde. I picked this up off of Amazon. I picked up the previous one off of Amazon as well. I will link all the fragrances down below. But y'all, this is a strong like, and I'll tell you why it's not quite a love as of yet. So really quickly, before we talk about what I love about this fragrance, let's talk about what I don't love. So the first has to do with the packaging. When I first saw this fragrance online, this is what I saw. This is what the pictures reflect. The front and the sides look very accurate. But what I did not see in the pictures was the top. The top says new age fragrance, and I don't know what that means. I don't espouse new age beliefs, so that kind of threw me off a little bit, but I went ahead and prayed over this anyway because I don't espouse new age beliefs. So that's just something more on my end that I did not like. I'm like 90% sure that they're not talking about new age as in the belief system, and maybe this is just the name of this line of fragrances. But just in case, in the event that that is what this is, I went ahead and prayed over this. The other thing that I don't like about this fragrance is the longevity. It is a poor performer. After about 3 hours, I can barely smell it. Now, it might be that I've gone nose blind to this, so I'm going to be testing this one out a little bit more and seeing if those that I'm around smell it after like 5+ hours. But as of right now, I'm getting like 3 hours with this fragrance. It smells so good, but it just does not perform. So the notes for this fragrance are bitter orange, petitgrain, jasmine, pink pepper, ylang ylang, vanilla, lily of the valley. There is also benzoin at the base. This is supposed to be a dupe for Armani Privé's Vert Malakite, and this is supposed to be like a white floral fragrance that's vanillic with a touch of yellow florals. It's sweet, it has an ambery quality, especially on the dry down, and it also has like this citrus element that makes it really fresh. So Emper's Lux Verde is amazing. The scent is amazing. Oh, absolutely amazing. What I love about this fragrance is it's like this creamy white floral fragrance primarily, and it has a little bit like a touch of the yellow floral, the ylang ylang coming through, but none of those white florals or the yellow floral are very sharp. They are blended to perfection, and if you're not like a white floral note lover, I think you would still be able to enjoy this fragrance if you were interested in picking this one up. It's really smooth around the edges. There are no harsh edges. It's not sharp to my nose. It's creamy to the point of being slightly lactonic, and it's very sweet. It has such a good amount of sweetness. Now, the other thing about this fragrance that makes it so interesting is although it is all of those things, it's also fresh. When I first wore this, my husband said it smelled very fresh and pleasant to his nose, kind of like something that he just wanted to keep smelling or come closer and keep smelling on me. So I love that fresh aspect of this fragrance, and I think it's because of that citrus note that's in here. Now, the pedigree that's in here is supposed to be like this citrus note that is green and evokes like crushed leaves and branches. And then at the top, it also has a bitter orange. So those are the notes at the top that I feel would give this that fresh quality that I'm getting. But it also has pink pepper at the mid, and I think the pink pepper in here is also what's adding that burst of freshness at the mid. Now that vanilla and benzoin are at the base, and I feel like that is where that creaminess is coming from. That's where that sweetness is coming from. This just smells so expensive and rich in both senses. So rich, like very thick and sweet in consistency, but also rich smelling. And y'all, this is just fabulous. It's a beautiful scent. It is so good. This is a year-round scent, and I do feel like this could be a unisex fragrance, although it's leaning a bit more feminine. I feel like it's so fresh and just pleasant smelling that anyone can wear this and enjoy it. So I'll be back with more thoughts on the longevity of this fragrance and how it develops. I'm definitely keeping this one because I love it so much. And it's made me curious about the OG and how close this one is to the OG. So a comparison video may be forthcoming. Let me know if you're interested in that in the comments. This is Lux Verde by Emper. The next fragrance I have here is Khadlaj Cashmere Sunshine Musk. Now, Khadlaj is a brand that I am just now dipping my toes into. I think this might be my first fragrance from this fragrance house, and I do plan on picking up more from this house in the future. I know some of my beauties have made suggestions and recommendations on fragrances that I can pick up from this house, and so I'm definitely going to be doing that. If you have a fragrance from Khadlaj that you really enjoy, leave it down in the comments for me and I will definitely check it out. But this is one that piqued my interest. When I first saw this, I looked at the notes and I thought, I might really like this. The bottle is absolutely stunning. It feels so heavy and substantial. It just feels very high quality. I absolutely love the details that they put into this bottle. Everything from the cap to the actual pattern on the bottle to the plaque is high quality. So this is supposed to have notes of bergamot, green mandarin at the top, and then it has notes of gardenia, jasmine, and orange blossom at the mid. And finally, musk, ambergris, sandalwood, and cashmere at the base. I absolutely love everything about this bottle. The packaging is top tier, to include the outer packaging as well. Unfortunately for me, that's where the things I like stopped. I really wanted to like this one. I thought I was gonna love it actually, but it's just not for me. It's not for me. I don't get any of the notes that they say are in here. To my nose, this smells very synthetic, kind of like plasticky, and I know that I'm probably gonna have to let this one sit, but because of just the overall feel of it, I may come to like this one, but I don't think it's one that I'm going to be loving at any point. So I'm gonna spray it on here and refresh my memory of what this smells like. It just feels very confusing to me as of right now. It smells metallic, it smells sweet, and the sweetness is kind of like a candy sweetness. There's a creaminess in here, it's very creamy. I can smell the orange in here. It has this candy-like sweetness, it's super duper creamy. And at first it kind of reminded me, it gave me the vibes of Club de Nuit Impérial. It gave me those vibes, but the direction definitely changed the longer this sat on my skin and on my clothes when I first sprayed it out. So I think this is going to get better. I really do. I strongly believe that. But is it one that I'm going to be loving, absolutely loving, can't stop wearing? I'm not so sure. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is a fail for me at the moment. I'm going to give it a little maceration grace and we'll see what happens. But as of right now, unfortunately, this one is not for me. On this cardboard box here, it's getting better. It smells a little bit better. So I feel like this might get better. And from my experience, when I get that metallic synthetic smell, I find that after maceration, that smell goes away and then you can really get into those notes. So I'm going to give this one a little bit more maceration grace. But this is Cashmere Sunshine Musk from Khadlaj. This next one, y'all, is an absolute love. I love this one. It's so good. This was a blind buy success. I was not expecting to love this so much. It smells amazing. And this one is Haya Soleil by Emper Perfume. So the same brand that makes Lux Verde. Look at how this opens up, y'all. Just look. Look at that. Absolutely stunning packaging. The packaging is just top tier, first and foremost, but the scent, the juice inside of this bottle is amazing. This fragrance has top notes of passion fruit, mango, and coconut, heart notes of jasmine, heliotrope, orange blossom, and base notes of vanilla, musk, and cashmere. This fragrance caught me by surprise. I was so pleasantly surprised at how good this smells. This smells expensive. It's so good. I think this is a unisex fragrance, but it is more feminine leaning. And it's giving all of the tropical fruit goodness in a bottle. The passion fruit, the mango, the coconut, it's giving all of that. I find that the mango note in here is a more realistic smelling mango, more than any of the other mango scented fragrances that I've smelled or owned. And I really appreciate that about this fragrance. I find that getting tropical fruits right is very difficult because they can come across as smelling very synthetic. But the mango note in here is perfection. It is executed so well. And then the florals are more supportive notes. And that heliotrope gives this fragrance this subtle powderiness. So it comes across as fresh. So it's sweet, very sweet, creamy, fresh. And then it has a gorgeous dry down. That musk and cashmere and vanilla at the base are absolutely beautiful in this fragrance. So it dries down to this like cloud of vanilla. It's like a soft cloud of vanilla. Now, the one thing I don't like about this fragrance, even though I love it so much, the one con about this fragrance is performance-wise, I'm not getting more than 5 hours at the moment. However, I feel like this is going to get better. I feel like it's definitely going to get better. And I already love it now, so I can only imagine how much more I'm gonna love this once it matures a little bit and gives me a little bit more in terms of performance. So y'all, this is so good. I'm so happy with this purchase. When you first spray this out, it gives you that passion fruit and that coconut. So it's like this really sweet, refreshing, fruity and juicy, yet dense impression. And then you get hit with that mango. It's like this sweet, ripe, really fleshy mango. Imagine that the flesh of the mango is this color. That's exactly what it smells like to me. Some mango, you have to just eat it. It's really stringy. There's this other type of mango I used to eat when I was a kid. My parents had this mango tree at our house, and I used to love these mangoes. And they're the kind of mangoes that have flesh that is firm enough that you can cut it. They weren't too stringy. That's the kind of mango I smell in this fragrance. It has those edible elements, but it smells very perfumey. You smell like you're wearing a really beautiful and expensive perfume. So after you get hit with that really juicy mango, then you start getting that heliotrope. And the florals play more of a background and supportive role in this fragrance. I'm not really picking up like a strong jasmine or orange blossom at all. I just get that heliotrope, and what I mean by that is this gets a little bit powdery and fresh smelling. So it stays very light and bright and uplifted, and then it gets musky and vanillic and very comforting on the dry down. This is absolute perfection in a bottle. If you're looking for a fragrance that is very tropical in nature, very mango forward, I would highly recommend this one because I've had such a great experience with it. It is so delicious smelling, yet it's still very perfumey, and I can only imagine what this is going to smell like in another month. I'm obsessed with this one. It's kind of hard to see the name, but this is Haya Soleil by Emper Perfumes. I will link it in the description box. If you are still here, thank you so much for still being here. If you enjoy fragrance content, I make quite a bit of it on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. So before I go today, I wanted to remind you, in a world where we are connected to so many people and we can literally see what the world is doing at our fingertips, I wanted to bring you back down to reality and remind you how amazing you are. So take a moment today to disconnect and tap into the things that you want to do in your life. Think about the things that you're grateful for and the things that you still want to do, your goals and your dreams today. God has a plan for you and for your life. And sometimes we can get so caught up in the world around us that we lose sight of that. So put that at the forefront today. And I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.